So this one's hard for me to answer because like I don't have that mentality to ever quit at anything. So why do most chiropractors quit? I would assume that the biggest reason is because they have to. It's not like chiropractors are out there choosing to close down their practice after they just invested all this time and money. Like if you don't have enough people coming into your office, if you are not making enough money to keep your doors open, then obviously you're gonna quit. Like you're forced to quit. But I will tell you from my own personal experience, like I almost got to that point. Like I felt burnt out. And it was like you're having the same micro conversations throughout the day. And especially if you're seeing volume where you're seeing over 100 patients a day, 100, 150, 200 patients a day, that same micro conversation day in and day out, and you're seeing these patients 3 times a week, like it takes a toll on you mentally. And also like seeing volume takes a toll on you physically. And if you're not prepared or clear or aligned with the reason behind what you're doing, it can start to fuck with you. Like it really takes a toll on you. And that was like one of the main reasons that I ended up leaving Winter's Edge, was because there was no out. Like he didn't want you to hire an associate. So if I wasn't gonna hire an associate and I'm serving patients 6 days a week, like feeling exhausted when I get home mentally, physically, like it becomes something that you hate, like showing up on a daily basis and literally hating what you're doing. That almost took me to the point where I just didn't want to do this anymore. And yes, we were collecting all this money. Yes, we were impacting all these lives, but I felt burnt out. Like I just didn't want to do this anymore. And what saved me was the fact that we had interns coming in. Like we had people doing their preceptorship, we had people peaking, we had people doing whatever, and these students come on fire. Like, and their passion just rubs off on you and it revitalizes you. Like people don't tell you this, but it's lonely to become a chiropractor, especially if you're used to being in club, right? Like in club, when I started KTC at Palmer, Florida, we had 20 plus people, 40 plus people. We've even had days where it was 60 plus people training together. And that community keeps you on fire because you have that accountability. Like you're with like-minded people that are passionate about chiropractic and they just push you forward. But when you come out into the real world, you don't have anybody. And nobody understands what it is to be a chiropractor. Like you could talk to people in the community, but they really don't get what it is we do. So I began to feel lonely. I began to feel burnt out. I was tired. I stopped taking care of myself physically. I stopped taking care of myself emotionally. And like my relationship with my wife started to pay. My relationship with my kids started to pay for it. And I was just like a horrible person at that time. And this is when, by the grace of God, I was blessed to be introduced to Andy Elliott. Like during that time, a patient, I'm shooting his x-rays and he tells me, you know what, you should join Andy Elliott's team. You should go to a seminar over there. Never heard of Andy Elliott. I've never even seen one of his videos. And I was going through like such a hard time that I was like, you know what, as a student, I went to all these seminars, right? And I was on fire for chiropractic and it like motivated me and I was driven. And like I missed that. And I missed that community. So I immediately picked up the phone and called Andy Elliott's team. I got on the phone with Jacob and he was trying to sell me to sign up for like the lowest tier thing. And then I told him, I was like, yo, I don't do anything low tier. Like I want the top of whatever it is. And he was like, well, that's Andy Elliott's Brotherhood. I didn't realize Andy had just literally started his Brotherhood. This was like almost 3 years ago. So I was one of the original first 10 people that signed up for his Brotherhood. And at that time it was $50K. Right now it's $100K. But I literally swiped my card for $50,000 to be part of the Brotherhood of somebody I've never even met, never watched one of his videos, had no idea who he was. Like I felt a calling by God to go down this path. And when we got there to his first event and were able to actually meet him, he spoke about needing to prioritize my wife, needing to prioritize my family. And when I started to prioritize my wife and my family, he never spoke about work-life balance. He said, you need to prioritize these two. And when I did that, I was able to overcome that sense of burnt out, that losing purpose. And we went from collecting $60,000 a month to collecting over $100,000 a month. Like, it's the craziest thing, because it's like, what do these things have to do with each other? But I've noticed, as long as I keep what's important first, which is my faith, my wife, and my children, like, everything else just falls into place. Like, you don't need to focus on money. You focus on what's important, and every other part of your life just falls into place.